Human Rights Day will be observed on the 22nd, Friday, as we all know. There aren't any great plans from the Human Rights Commission as such. Considering last year it was the 20th anniversary of the rights of the child, and we joined forces with CAPA, and we sponsored a whole week of events. But this year, we're not going to have any great and exciting activities planned, simply because given all that is going on in the country, where people are up in arms about electoral and constitutional reform, rights to trial by jury, I thought it best to give the public and the people an opportunity, as well as NGOs or individuals who felt like expressing their rights or what they felt like freedom of expression, freedom of assembly on that day, to choose that day to do whatever they felt like they wanted to do.
Though there will be no major celebrations for the upcoming holiday, Mizik states that she will still be busy educating the public about human rights.
That on Friday of this week, a member of the Human Rights Commission, Mr. Courtney Mizik, will be joining me on the radio show Expressions in Grand Turk, where at that time we will talk about human rights in the country.
She spoke about the complaints that have reached the Human Rights Commission this year in comparison to last year.
Well, in terms of complaints received, last year we received a lot of complaints: immigration problems, labor problems, persons that complain about being discriminated against at the workplace, and a lot of labor issues, which in turn had to be referred to the Labor Department. But this year I noticed a lot more persons coming with complaints about status. The children being born here in the Turks and Caicos Islands and being unable to go into school, and persons looking to receive naturalization. Of course, those issues again have to be referred to the appropriate authority.
She states that she believes that the tough economy has increased the number of complaints received by the Commission. She stated that there are different kinds of human rights, and while they are separate, they are often clumped together.
But the complaints continue. People feel they are being marginalized, discriminated against, and so they seek redress here at the Human Rights Commission. But I must pause to point out that there are three categories when it comes to dealing with human rights. You have human rights that are inherent. They are rights that we as human beings, by virtue of being human beings, we were born with. And then there are constitutional rights, and that is enshrined in the Constitution under the fundamental rights and freedoms. And there are also international conventions that the Turks and Caicos has signed on to that we all have to adhere to. And at times we choose to lump them all in human rights, but there are differences.
Human Rights Day is internationally recognized and is more commonly celebrated on the 10th of December.